Hey guys, welcome back to Dialed In. It's the brand new podcast where you can call in and be a part of it. We talk NFL, we talk football, and with me as always is my co-host John over there at Firestarter Breaks. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, and yourself?
Really good, man. Appreciate you being with me again. We also want to give a shout out to you'll just have to mute your YouTube, John. But yeah, we also want to give a shout out to Michael over at Huddle Card Collection. He may be joining us here shortly. And on your YouTube, John, you probably have another tab open with the chat. No?
No, I don't have anything open on mine, and not even on my phone.
Or maybe I do. Rookie move.
Yeah, I try not to YouTube up at the same time with that whole conflict.
I just literally pulled a bigger blunder than the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
My bad.
Good.
But yeah, that was weird. I must have done that whenever I went to post the link in there earlier. But yeah, guys, sorry about the intro being all wonky due to me being a noob. But we appreciate you being with us. If you haven't already subscribed to John's channel, to Michael's channel, or to my channel, make sure you do, because all three of us do different things. Also, John and Michael do a podcast on Wednesday evening. So that's at 9 p.m. Eastern on Huddle Card. Make sure you guys go and subscribe over there so that you can see it. It's really awesome. They talk about some really cool topics. So encourage you to check that out. But without further ado, let's get into the past week's festivities. It was a pretty crazy week, man. I don't know if you saw some of the games, but kind of the big thing that I saw was the spitting that took place with Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey. So Ramsey got thrown out of the game for punching him. And after the game, they're like, well, why did you punch him? He was like, the dude spit on me. Like, go check the cameras. And then they check the cameras and, like, he actually is spitting on him.
Yeah.
But then Jamar Chase is, like, double downing on, like, well, I never spit on the dude. Like, you know what I mean? He just, like, bold-faced lies about it.
Yeah, of course.
NFL ended up suspending him for 1 week. But what do you think about that, man?
Yeah, I agree with it. The same thing they did to Jalen Carter.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles when he spit on Dax, I think, which I would have done the same thing, but whatever. But I agree that shouldn't be done. It should be something that they should be. He should not have punched him. No.
Mm-hmm.
If he was smart, he would have walked away and said, "Hey, you need to check the tape. You spit on me. You need to do something."
For sure.
That's my whole thing with that. There should never be spitting. I mean.
It's crazy. It's almost like commonplace now in the NFL.
Yeah,
like almost every other week somebody's getting spit on.
I don't understand. What are you, kids in high school?
Yeah,
I
don't get it either, dude.
It's had some good games though.
Yeah,
a couple close ones.
Yeah, we had some pretty good predictions this past week. I went from like absolutely sucking the previous week to being the leader of the pack this past week. Picked 11 games won and 4 games lost. Michael was 10-5, and you were 8-7 this past week. That's going to bring our grand total to it's really close between me and Michael currently. I have 106 to 57. Michael is 101 to 62, and John is 89 and 74. So it's going to be a really close neck and neck race these last several weeks of the season, trying to see who's going to win. Ultimate bragging rights of Dialed In.
There you go. The good thing is, can't bet on my team. Although we are 12.5 point favorites to lose. Even though we're not.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
No.
It's definitely never a
He
good
did
sign.
pick up a new kicker, so hopefully that guy will do good. But Matt Gay will go somewhere and be really good. That's how it usually works.
Yep. Other current news going on right now is it looks like C.J. Stroud's going to be out again this upcoming week. Davis Mills is going to start. Then looks like Jalen Warren is probably going to play. And Aaron Rodgers is trying to play because he does not have a fractured left wrist, which is his non-throwing arm. But he's also 41 years old. Like, he's my age. If I had a fractured left wrist, I probably wouldn't be trying to get on the field with professional athletes trying to demolish. You know what I mean?
If you get sacked and you fall that way.
Not to mention the Bears probably like have a hidden vendetta because he's always said that he owns them, like, publicly.
You're not picking that one here.
So it should be real interesting to see what happens there. In other news, Chiefs dropped to 5-5 this past week, which who the heck would have saw that coming first thing in this season? Apparently, Andy Reid says you just got to take care of the small things.
Yeah.
And Geno Smith basically said you can blame it on him for that loss. I mean, he looked terrible, as we were already talking about. You know, anytime I say put Kenny Pickett in the game, you know the other quarterback did really bad.
Yeah, I mean, when you walk out of the pocket and you're not running, you need to be sat.
Yeah.
I mean, he just let him just, here, go ahead and tackle me. I'm okay with it. But it is what it is.
Yep. This week we have a big matchup with Chat GPT. We're going up against the all-time Chargers, as chosen by the CEO, young Mike Gentile.
That's right.
Last week on Collecting Profit, the 150th episode. So they picked some good players, but I think that it's a beatable team. I do think that there's some current players that we could kind of put in the mix, like right off the rip. Phillip Rivers was good. He was actually really good, but he never won a championship.
Right.
I think Herbert has the potential to win a championship.
Yeah. I say we go with him for this one.
Yeah. Like Herbert's as good as it comes in the NFL right now. And he's still super young.
Yeah. The only one I'm worried about is that running back. Who we're going to get there.
Running back's going to be kind of hard. So they have LT, who I think is one of the best running backs of all time.
Oh, let's see. Who else did they have? Oh, really? There is like nobody.
Yeah, I think of like Nate Jones, like who's probably not a good option.
We really.
Let's see.
They say Paul Lowe.
Austin Eckler was good. They had him for a while. They had
Marion Butts.
Yeah, Marion Butts was pretty good, actually. Melvin Gordon was decent-ish, but he was injured. Austin Eckler was one of the best ones they've had. And didn't they have Sproles for a little bit at some point before he went to the Saints?
Like, and their leaders, he wasn't one of their leaders, because the leader obviously is LaDainian.
Yeah, for sure. And LT is by far probably the best that they've had.
12,490 rushing yards. And then Paul Lowe is next with 4,972 from 60 to 68.
Yeah.
And then Eckler is 43.55 with from 2017 to 23. And I think that's when we picked him up. Of course, now he's injured. But whatever. I say go with Eckler.
I mean, Eckler would be a good pass catching back. So I wonder if that would help us out.
That Paul guy wasn't around.
Anybody in the chat, feel free to sound off with players you think we should use.
Yeah, hook us up because we're not Charger fans.
No, we are not. Wide receiver, Keenan Allen just became the all-time leading receiver.
Yeah, that's who they're saying to go with.
I think, if I'm not mistaken.
With receptions, yes. Antonio Gates still has the yards with 11,841.
Mm-hmm.
And
they got Gates at
16. So I'd say go with Keenan Allen.
Plus, you'd have the, I guess, rapport with Herbert too.
Yeah.
Because they play together. Tight end, I was thinking Kellen Winslow Sr., who they had back in the day. Like, I mean, obviously Gates is better, but they got to pick first.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see like who else there is besides him. Like, let's see. There's not really. I think we might have to go with him because I'm not seeing much of anything as far as tight ends for them. All right, how about history? Who do they have? Obviously, I know Gates, but they had Gerald Everett. That's one that they're saying. He's number 10 on the list, though, so I don't know. Pete Holohan. It's not good. Eric Stevens.
Offensive line.
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry's decent, too.
Freddie Jones. Willie Frazier. Who's number 2? Because I know Keelan Winslow. Is that
I would imagine Kellen Winslow is probably the second best.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's a Hall of Famer.
I think so. Yeah, we could have.
The only downside with Kellen Winslow is his son played for the Cleveland Browns. But the plus side with that is him getting drafted to the Browns meant Ben Roethlisberger fell to the Steelers. So
that's true.
Very happy about that.
Yeah, we could always put Dan Faust in as a quarterback. I forgot about him.
I did forget about Dan Fouts as well.
Need the O-line, huh?
He still never won anything either, though. So
no,
the same knock as Rivers, just less probably healthier than Rivers.
Who did they have? They have
wrong mix. I was thinking about what's his name? Did they have Chris Steelman back in the day?
I don't see that name. The first one that comes up is Junior Seau.
Well, that's a linebacker, though. For offensive line? Are you looking at pass rushers?
And I put Chargers all-time outside linebackers.
Oh, yeah. So that would be – we're looking at offensive line right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me look at that. Forgot I messed that up.
Yeah, Seau would be 100% there. They actually – looks like they picked him as their inside linebacker, and they picked Merriman as their
right. What was the name you put out for this one?
Dealman. Chris Dealman.
Dealman. Yes. He's on there. Then Russ Washington. I'm not really seeing any other names. Kevin Gogan. What does this say? I'd say go with Chris Dealman.
Yeah, I was thinking he's at least a guy that I know.
I've heard the name, but
did I spell that right? I did.
And they have John Carney.
I was thinking Nate Kading. They had him for a while in the Phillip Rivers era.
They did.
Remember him. He was always pretty good with fantasy football. It's the only reason I remember him.
Yeah, they also had Nick Novak, but the top three are Carney, Keating, and Cameron Dicker, the current kicker.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go Keating. What's up, Larkin?
Hey, Larkin. What's up, man?
And defensive end, huh?
Did I spell Kading right? Was it A-E-D or E-A-D? I think it was A-E-D.
I can look real quick. Give me a second here. Kaeding.
That's what I thought.
And let's see. They have, of course, they have him. Why not? So as far as defensive ends, I'm looking at. They have Leslie O'Neal. The second one is more recent. Dominant pass rusher was Joey Bosa.
Dude, honestly, that's a steal of a pick right there. That might be a winner for us right there.
Yeah.
Because Joey Bose is a beat. Actually, no, no, Nick plays for the Niners. They had Joey, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a really sneaky pick right there, dude. I like that a lot.
Tackles, who do they have? Ernie Ladd.
Yeah, they picked Ernie Ladd.
So we can go with Jamal Williams, Louis Kelcher, Lee Williams, Sean Lee. I'm not seeing any like names that stick out to me. Russ Washington.
I mean, honestly, it looks like Jamal might be their second best.
Yeah, that's the way it's looking because he is a Hall of Famer.
We go Jamal Williams.
Yeah, immense strength, impressive agility, and uncanny ability to anchor the defensive line. So that might be the way to go. Outside linebacker.
Yep, and this is where they have Merriman.
Merriman, huh? Okay. That's where he put Sale, I think.
They have Seo as their inside linebacker.
I don't care. Chuck Allen. They do have that Stephen Cooper. Melvin Ingram, he was pretty good for them.
Yeah, he was actually pretty good. He's one of their more recent guys. He wouldn't be terrible. Melvin Ingram, is he an inside guy or is he an outside guy? I think he might be inside.
He's still playing. This calls him a linebacker. It's not showing me where he's actually at. An anchor on the edge for the Chargers makes opponents feel his impact against both the pass and the run. Outside linebacker.
Outside? Okay.
Well, no, sorry, that was Sayal. Sorry, my bad. The other one they're saying is Sean Merriman and Shaquille Barrett. Are the other two like next in line?
They picked Merriman and Sayal. So do you want to go Ingram and Barrett?
Yeah, let's do it. See what I mean. You need a cornerback.
Corners. They had Antonio Cromartie back in the day. He was pretty good.
Antonio Cromartie?
Yeah. Plus he has like 87 kids.
They have Gil Bird, huh? They had him. We had Quentin Jammer, Casey Howard, Speedy Duncan. There you go. You can't go bad with that name. Come on. I'm not seeing any like big names that stand out. Chris Carr, Chris Harris Jr. maybe. Yeah, that's like. Oh, they did have Fred Barnett for a while, or Fred Bennett. Sorry, not Barnett. Vontae Davis. There you go. I say we go with your guy on this one.
Okay.
Because I can't see any. Let's see. In safeties, they have Eric Waddle.
Yeah, they picked Waddle, who might be their best all time currently, but they now have what's his name, who's really good. I haven't been in the fantasy league that I'm in with Michael.
Oh, they have Rodney Harrison.
Rodney Harrison would be good too. He's a Hall of Famer. I would say either him or
what about Kenny Graham?
Who's the current guy they have at safety?
Derwin James?
Yeah, Derwin James. I would say either Derwin James or Rodney Harrison.
I'm not seeing. Now, Harrison had 26 interceptions, 21 and a half sacks, and 760 total tackles, and all team best for safety.
I mean, I think he's a Hall of Famer, so you can't really go wrong with that.
I say we go with it. I don't have Mike here trying to put in Jets players, so I mean,
I don't think we have any former Jets in here either.
I don't
I
think
have
there's any.
Joey Bowie instead of Joey Bosa.
The only one that
I can spell.
it's on my team now is Eckler, but I mean, he's injured, so it doesn't matter. And I'm going to say we're going to win by 3.
Yeah, I'm going to give us the win as well.
What is
I'm
our
going to
record
say
right
we
now?
win by, I don't know, maybe 6.
What's our record against them right now? Do you know?
I'd have to tally it up, but they're ahead right now currently. All right. So we shall stop sharing this.
Did you say we were going to win by 3 or more?
I said I think we're going to win by 6. Only because I really big Herbie fan. I think Herbie and honestly, I really think that Joey Bosa pick is like really, really sneaky.
I think it's going to be one that they're not going to see.
All right. So let me share the screen. All right.
If you're stopping in here, make sure you say hello and you hit the like button.
Yep, we would definitely appreciate that. So we got the all-time Chargers game happening right now. We're in Qualcomm Stadium. It's a perfect 72, slight breeze. The stakes are the ultimate Chargers legacy clash. Both teams are loaded with era-transcending talent. Clash of styles is very clear. ChatGPT has precision passing with left tackle centric balance, elite coverage, disciplined pass rush. Dowden has big arm, vertical attack, multi weapon screen game, brutal edge pressure. Here we go. First quarter, drive 1, ChatGPT. Philip Rivers opens up classic rhythm mode. LT 7-yard stretch, Gates 11-yard seam, Allworth 18-yard corner. Key play. Rivers hits Gates on a play action boot, beating Harrison for 27 yards. Carney hits a 41-yard field goal. ChatGPT goes up 3-0. Drive 2, Dowd in. Herbert answers with tempo. Eckler slices off 2 screens for 22. Keenan Allen wins twice on option routes. Key play, Herbert rips a 33-yard sideline laser to Kellen Winslow Sr. over Weddle. Result, touchdown, Eckler, 6-yard draw. 7-3, dialed in. It's that Redskin power, man.
That's right.
Second quarter, Rivers gets LT rolling, 9-yard counter, 12-yard swing, 6-yard draw behind Ron Mix. Key play, Sean Merriman on the sideline. This is LT's game. Keep feeding him. Rivers hits Allworth, deep curl. Result, TD from LT from 3 yards out. 10-7, ChatGPT. Fourth drive, Herbert faces pressure. Leslie O'Neal beats Bosa's side on a stunt for a sack, but Herbert responds 17 to Keenan, 14 to Winslow, 11 to Eckler. Critical play. Sayal blows up a mesh concept and forces a 3rd and long. Result, Kading hits a 52-yard field goal to make it 10-10. Drive 5, Rivers works through progression beautifully. Gates keeps finding soft spots. LT continues bleeding the front 7. Gates wins a jump ball over Cromartie for 22. Field goal by Carney for 44 yards. 13-10. Sixth drive, Herbert pushes a 2-minute drive. Pressure builds for Merriman. Herbert escapes for 17 yards on 3rd and 7, or excuse me, for 17 yards on 3rd and 10. Key play, Winslow on a deep crosser for 31. Kading hits a field goal from 38 to tie the game at 13 at halftime. Third quarter, Dowd comes out with Herbert firing, Allen on a 14-yard out, Eckler on a wheel for 28. Key play, Herbert hits Winslow on a 25-yard back shoulder in tight coverage. Touchdown, Herbert to Allen on a 7-yard pivot. Dialed up in goes up 20-13. Chat GPT, Philip Rivers responds like vintage 2008. Allworth torches Cromartie for 38. Rivers holds the safeties with eyes, then rifles to Gate on a red zone seam. Touchdown to Gates on a 9-yard play. 20-20, fourth quarter. Herbert hits Eckler twice on angle routes. Shaq Barrett, Melvin Ingram combined for backside pressure. Critical play. Weddle jumps Keenan Allen. Option route nearly picks it. Result Nate Kading field goal 23-20. Massive drive. LT takes over. 14-yard draw, 7-yard screen, 11-yard inside behind Ron Mix. Key play, Rivers audible to slant fade. Allworth catches the 29 over the top. Carney ties it from 35. It's 23 all. Final drive dialed in. 142 left. Herbert has the ball. Immediate pressure from Merriman O'Neal. Herbert stands tall, but massive play. Sayal tips a pass. Weddle intercepts it midfield. Crowd explodes. Final drive, Chat GPT, 6-yard run, 3-yard run, 3rd and 1. Rivers QB sneak conversion. Rivers hits Gate for a 12-yard to get into range. Carney attempts a 46-yard field goal. Kick is up. And the final score is they beat us 26-23.
All right, I want some 2-point tries here. Come on now.
So here's the stats. Rivers had 314 and a touchdown. Tomlinson had 122, a touchdown, 6 catches for 41 yards. Allworth 7 catches for 118. Gates 8 catches for 97 and a touchdown. Then their defense, they had Sayal with 11 tackles, 1 for a loss, and 2 passes broken up. Sack and a half by Merriman, sacked by Leslie O'Neal, interception by Weddle, and 3 passes broken up by Gil Bird. Then our offense had Herbert, 341, a touchdown and an interception, 3 rushes for 22 yards. I would have thought that would have been a little higher since he's currently the leading rusher in the NFL. Eckler had 15 rushes for 64 yards, a touchdown, but where he was dangerous was in the pass game, 9 receptions for 81 yards. Keenan Allen had 8 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Winslow Sr. had 6 catches for 112 yards. Bosa had a sack. Barrett and Ingram shared a sack, and looks like 8 tackles by Harrison. Why they won, LT controlled tempo, kept Herbert off the field. Weddle and Sayal created game-changing turnover late. Rivers played a clean game against a dangerous pass rush. Allworth and Gates were the 2 biggest mismatch weapons.
Mm-hmm. Can't win them all.
So do you want to ask it any final questions this week, John? Do you want to sub anybody in?
I mean, it'd be just stupid if you do fouls. It's just going to end up the same, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too.
Maybe even worse. I don't know. He's the only thing I can think of other than that.
Let's see. Short answer, yes, but not enough to guarantee a win. Fouch changes how we'd move the ball, but ultimately we face the same defensive pressure. Here's a more detailed. Let's see. He was lead at timing throws, seams, deep outs, but unlike Herbert, he offers no escapability, no off-platform throw, no scramble yardage. Better use of Winslow Sr., less effective screen and angle game, which would hurt Eckler. So simulation drives instead of Herbert. So it would impact drive 2. Herbert had a touchdown. Feltz would have had a field goal. Drive 6. Winslow, deep cross before halftime. Would have stayed the same. Drive 7, where we got a touchdown to Keenan Allen. He would have gotten a field goal instead, losing us 4 more points. Then the final drive, it's still possible that happens with the turnover. So yeah, basically we would have only had 15 points with fouls. So we made the better choice, but we still lost.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, bummer.
That was the only thing I could think other than that. I don't know too many people on their team, so
yeah, I thought we had a better shot than that.
So,
I mean, thought we would have done better than that.
Can't say we didn't keep it close, but then usually we either win by 3 or lose by 3 for some reason.
Yep, that's typically the way it goes.
I think that Chat GPT needs to add in the 2-point conversion try.
They do, man. I'm surprised they haven't done anything like off the wall like that yet.
Yeah, it's like nobody went for 2 points.
Yeah, they were boring with us this week.
You got to figure out what to do next week.
Yeah, if anybody has a suggestion in the chat, if there's a team you'd like to see us do that we haven't done yet, or a theme you'd like to see us do that we haven't done yet, put it in the chat, or you can leave a comment on the video if you're watching this after the fact, and we will definitely do that for you. We would love for you guys to be more of a part of this. But getting into this upcoming week, kicking it off, this is week 12 coming up already. It's wild how fast this season's been going. We started off with Thursday night. We have a big matchup down in the heart of Texas with Sean's Houston Texans minus CJ Stroud facing Mr. Allen and the Buffalo Bills. What say you, John?
I'm going with the Bills in this, and I just don't. Without Stroud, they don't have a shot.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. I'm also going to take the Bills, and I just think Josh Allen's too hot right now. So I think for that reason, the Bills are going to continue to roll. But also, I just think that without Stroud, they just don't have enough firepower to go against the Bills' defense.
Right.
And also, Michael and ChatGPT are choosing the Bills as well. So we have a clean sweep with the Buffalo Bills this week across all 4 of us. The next game is going to be an interesting one. This is starting off Sunday morning. We have the Indianapolis Colts, Matty Ice's team, traveling down to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, to face the Chiefs. Now, we were talking, the Chiefs are 5-5 this year. No one would have seen that coming.
No.
The Colts, on the other hand, are basically first place in the AFC, first or second place, somewhere like that. With that being said, where do you see this game going? ChatGPT selects the Kansas City Chiefs, as did Michael.
I'm going with Matty's team. I'm going with the Colts. I think they just, when I watched that Chiefs game, I did not see anything special. They didn't look good. They are not Super Bowl caliber this year, so I think they take a 6th loss here.
Yep. And I'm going to be honest with you, John. I'm with you on that. So we are split 50-50 between Michael, ChatGPT, and us. Both of us are going to take the Colts. Reason I'm taking them is because they've just looked like a more complete team. I think Jonathan Taylor's a punishing running back that's just having an MVP caliber year. And, I just think Kansas City's continue to just be a letdown. So I have no reason to believe that they're going to all of a sudden be the Chiefs we thought they were.
Yeah.
So especially against a team like Indy, who's seemingly on a roll currently. So, I'm going to go with Indy as well. The next game we have on the docket is a divisional matchup. It's going to be the Minnesota Vikings traveling over to Wisconsin to battle them cheeseheads over in Green Bay. They got the Packers. And I don't know if you saw, but Josh Jacobs got dinged up last week. He left the game early, and he's questionable. So he may not be a go for the Packers. Don't know if that changes anything for you, but he is definitely, if he does play, he's not 100%. So
I don't think it really does anything. I just don't think Minnesota has what it takes to be able to beat the Packers. I mean, I know they're at home, but I'm still taking the Packers in this one.
And I'm going to join you with that, John. I definitely think the Packers will still win either way. I just think that Jordan Love is on a roll right now with the team. I think that regardless of what happens with Jacobs, they seem to be able to run the ball with other guys too. So I think Green Bay is going to squeak this one out. I do think it's going to be a potential upset just because it is a divisional game. So a lot of times these divisional games sometimes go a little wonky. But I just don't think that Minnesota has been consistent enough, and Green Bay has been consistent enough. So that's the main reason I'm going with them. Chat GPT and Michael both go with Green Bay as well. So we have a clean sweep with the Packers this week as well, across all four of us. The next game on the docket would be the team from Massachusetts, the New England Patriots, traveling all the way down to Ohio to see them Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow minus Jamar Chase. So, regardless of if Jamar Chase was there, I probably would be picking the New England Patriots just because Drake May has looked incredible this year, and Cincinnati's defense is terrible, especially against the pass. So, I think that Drake May is going to have a field day on their defense, and I think Flacco minus Chase does not have the firepower to keep up with what Drake May can do against his defense.
Yeah, I have to agree there that Drake May just has too many weapons against the defense for the Bengals that they can't stop him. And as I said, even if Jamar Chase was there, I don't think it changes anything.
Michael and ChatGPT also selected the New England Patriots, so we have another clean sweep for the week. This next game coming up is going to be the New York Giants traveling to Michigan to face the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff. What say you in this one, John?
I got to go Lions in this one. Like I said, without two of the biggest weapons on the Giants, they just don't have a shot. They had them. Maybe they squeak a win, but without those two neighbors and that running back Scatterboo, although he didn't look like he was too hurt when he was at Monday Night Raw last night.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that.
He stood right up like nothing was going on.
So, yeah, I'm with you as well. I think that the Lions are going to win this as well. More so just because not only the injuries in New York, but I just feel like the Lions are a little bit better of a team all around. They have a lot of weapons, and I don't think that New York has the defense that can really keep up with what the Lions can do offensively. You know, whether it's their receivers or the running back. I just think that they're gonna pick them apart little by little. And I don't think Jackson Dart's going to have enough firepower, like you said, with those guys out to be able to come back. So that reason I picked Detroit. And Michael and ChatGPT also decided to pick Detroit. Next game, we have Michael's New York Football Jets traveling all the way to dirty Baltimore, Maryland to face the doo-doo Pigeon Browns, a.k.a. Ravens, the former Cleveland Browns.
You really don't like that.
Unfortunately, I hate to say it, I'm going to pick the Ravens. I mean, the Jets have been semi trying to win, but I just think with Lamar back and everything else, the Ravens are going to have too much firepower for a dysfunctional Jets team to be able to overcome this week.
I agree. I mean, my original pick was maybe the Jets do an upset, but with Lamar being there, I can't see it happening. So I am going Ravens as well.
And Michael and ChatGPT also went with the Ravens. So that is another clean sweep where all four of us have selected the same team. Next game on the docket is one I'm super eager for. It's my Pittsburgh Steelers traveling all the way to Chicago to face the Bears. And this should be a really interesting one because I have Caleb Williams in one of my fantasy leagues, and I'd like to see him do okay, but I also want to see the Steelers completely decimate the Bears. So it'll be real interesting to see what happens. I'm going to select the Steelers because I never pick against them. There is a chance Aaron Rodgers is out, but also even if he plays, there's a chance he's going to not play well because he has like one hand. So we are probably looking at Mason Rudolph, but I think the Steelers need to win more than the Bears need to win. So for that reason, I'm going with the Steelers.
I would agree with that. I just think Caleb Williams is on a roll right now. I mean, he's playing a lot better than he did last year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a pretty good set of weapons. So I am going with the Bears this time.
Not a bad option. Michael and ChatGPT both agree with you, and they selected the Chicago Bears as well. Next game up on the docket is the Seattle Seahawks flying down south to battle against the Tennessee Titans. Michael and ChatGPT both selected the Seattle Seahawks. John, what do you think?
I will do the same. I don't see the Titans having a chance here.
Yeah,
I can see this being a blowout.
Yeah, this definitely has like game you don't want to watch all over it unless you are a Seattle Seahawks fan and you just love seeing your team just like run up the score.
Yeah.
Other than that, it doesn't seem like a game I'd want to watch. Mm-hmm. Which again, all four of us are selecting the Seattle Seahawks, so we're pretty aligned this week for the most part. Outside of me going with my heart on those Pittsburgh Steelers. Next game, we have the Cleveland Browns traveling to Las Vegas to play the Raiders. John, what do you think is going to happen there?
A cluster F, but anyway, It's going to be a low-scoring game. I am going with the Raiders. I just think after Monday night, they're going to want to get that back, even though Geno doesn't know how to run out of the pocket, but whatever. I'm going to give it to them for the win because I can't see the Browns doing it.
Michael and ChatGPT agree with you. They've also selected the Las Vegas Raiders. I, on the other hand, am going with the upset. I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns only because I just think Myles Garrett's going to, like, with as immobile as Geno looked, there's no way Myles Garrett is not going to put that man on the floor or cause some kind of a strip sack or something crazy like that. So,
do we really call that an upset? I mean, the two teams are like crap.
I think the real upset is whoever like gets that game. Like whenever they flip on their station and they're like, "Oh, what game do I get this week?" And it's like, no, it's the Raiders and the Browns. Unless you like the Raiders or the Browns, there's really no reason to watch this game.
No, there isn't.
So the next game on the docket is the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Arizona to face the Cardinals. What do you think's happening there?
Who did I pick in that one? I didn't want to, but I am going to pick Arizona. I just feel they're due for a win. I mean, Jaguars are good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a tough game, but I'm giving it to the Cardinals.
So this one's going to be one that we're split on. So ChatGPT agrees with you, John. They've also selected the Arizona Cardinals. Michael, however, has selected the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I've also selected the Jaguars only for the main reason that the Cardinals have a lot of injuries. This is one of those games that, again, if you're not a fan of either one of these teams, probably not worth watching too much. But yeah, I picked Jacksonville just because Trevor Lawrence is healthy, and Kyler Murray is not. The running backs there are not. So that's why I went with Jacksonville. Next game on the docket, we have the Atlanta Falcons traveling to New Orleans. So not too far of a drive for them to face the Saints. What do you think is going to happen there?
Another one of those games where if that's the only game you have to watch, you're not watching it.
Exactly.
I am going to take the Falcons, though.
Okay. So this is another week where we are another game that we're split on, I should say. I also am taking the Falcons, John, because I just think that they have more firepower. I think that Bijan Robinson is going to have a big game against the Saints. But ChatGPT and Michael both took the Saints for the upset. I just think neither one of these teams are having that great of a year, but I just think Atlanta is more top heavy. They have more firepower, so I went with them. The next game is going to be a tough one. This is a big matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. What do you think is going to happen in this one?
I hate both teams. Cowboys just because they're Cowboys. Eagles, they're just arrogant and think they can play better than anybody else, and they have not shown it this year. They have been all their games, they kind of were like us last year. They're like the cardiac Eagles. We were the cardiac Commanders. That's what they are this year. So I am reluctantly taking the Cowboys.
All right.
I think with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, I just don't think the Eagles can have the defense for it. It's going to be a close game, though.
So ChatGPT and Michael both selected the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm also going to take the Eagles just because I've been kind of riding with them all year, even though they've looked bad. There's just something about Jalen Hurts that I think he just gets the win whenever chips are down. I just feel like he's clutcher than Dak. That's the only reason I picked the Eagles. This is one of those ones that's a coin flip. I feel like this is one that's probably going to be, a higher scoring game as opposed to like we were talking about with the Cleveland Browns versus the Raiders probably being lower scoring. This is probably going to be a shootout in some regards. If Dallas starts to pull ahead, then Jalen's going to have to throw the ball a little bit more, and that's going to really open up their offense. So I think Dallas is the type of team that might make them have to do that.
And I can see them upsetting it.
CeeDee Lamb, Pickens
to take that.
The tight end. What's the tight end? Ferguson or?
I think so.
I mean, like their whole they have a good thing going on there offensively. I think that they could really spread the ball out. But for some reason, I'm just continuing to ride with the Eagles.
This game's either going to be like you said, a shootout, or it's going to end up like the Packers game where it's like a 10-6 game.
Yep. Next game, Sunday Night Football, is going to be a really, really big matchup. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield traveling to Los Angeles, California to face the Rams and Matthew Stafford. What do you think's happening in this game, John?
I just think Stafford's a better quarterback and a veteran. I think he's going to get it done. I'm picking the Rams on this one. I haven't seen enough out of the Bucs to really. I was hoping they would pull it out last week against the Bills, but they didn't. Mm-hmm. So I am taking the Rams on this one as the possible upset, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, this is a clean sweep actually for the week. I'm picking Los Angeles as well for the entire reason, like you said, Matthew Stafford. I think he's having an MVP caliber year. He's just looked fantastic. And even when it looks like he's going to lose the game, he somehow brings them back into it. I think they've only lost 2 games all year. So that's pretty impressive compared to like kind of what I thought they were going to be like. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking that they're going to pull this one off. Although Tampa Bay is a really good team. but they're dealing with so many injuries at the wide receiver position, at the running back position, at a lot of these key skill positions that they really can't afford to be lacking against a team like the Los Angeles Rams. So
Yeah,
because they're like kind of missing some of those pieces, I think that it's kind of swaying in the Rams' favor more so.
I know reading up an article I was reading, I guess this year has been like terrible for offenses. I think there's like 82 starting players that are either on injury reserve or hurt, not playing. It's just been a real bad year for injuries.
Yeah, it really has been. In the more games they add, I think it's just going to get worse.
Yeah.
Last game of the week, Monday Night Football. We have the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young traveling to Northern California to face the San Francisco 49ers. What do you think's happening in this game, John?
I think the Panthers can do it. I think they're going to I think Bryce Young's on a roll, and they're just going to – it's going to be a close game, but I got to give it to the Panthers this week. Because every time I picked against them like you have, they screwed me, so.
This is what was really hard for me this week because literally every time I pick against the Panthers, they win. It's hard for me to pick against the Niners, though, because of their consistency. Although, like, there's injury concerns there, too, constantly. But because they are such a consistent team, I think that they'll end up pulling it off. But this game is one of those ones that can go any way, I think.
Yeah.
Chat GPT and Michael also picked the 49ers as well. But yeah, I mean, dude, I could totally see the Panthers. Like, they're the type of team that could just randomly beat anyone on any given week. And you never see it coming.
And I'm going to take the bye week against my Skins.
Yeah, this week, guys, is the Denver Broncos, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Miami Dolphins, and the Washington Commanders.
I will say this should give us time to get Terry back, even though I'm really pissed about that because you're under contract still. You should be forced to show up at camp and practice. You were still under contract. You weren't, it's not like your contract was up and you could go anywhere else, but to pay him that money and he's played, I think, 3 games. Why?
Yeah.
I said, look, show your ass up to practice. We'll talk there. There you go. Because I think that hurt us, honestly, in the beginning with him because him and Jaden had such a thing.
Yeah.
And that really hurt us just having Debo. And hopefully we get Noah Brown back as well. So we have some other wide receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill's doing a good job, but it's going to be an interesting rest of the season for us. I think we get maybe 2 more wins, maybe 3, but I don't see much more than that. I think we'll split the game with the Eagles as we usually do. But the Eagles are not getting the number 1 seed this year. No way. There's too many other teams that are better than they are.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's going to be really interesting to see who wins this year because there's so many teams that are better than I thought they'd be, and so many teams that are worse than I thought they'd be. Like, is this the type of year that like a 6 seed wins the Super Bowl like the Steelers back in 05?
It is possible. I mean, the only thing I'm not going to like is that the Eagles are going to win back-to-back NFC championships unless some sort of a miracle happens. And that hasn't happened in, I forget how many years, but I think it's 22 years. It's never been back-to-back for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, I can't see, unless they lose out all the way.
Who was the last back-to-back team?
I'm not.
The Bucks?
Last team in NFC East to win.
Oh, you mean in the AFC or NFC East?
East, yeah.
Period.
Back-to-back conference. Oops, got to spell it right. Conference titles. So, really, last team in the NFC East. How about I do that? It was the Eagles back in 2004. It's a 20-year streak since then. Well, 21 with this year. So
it was the Eagles and then the Eagles.
Yeah.
That's kind of a funny statistic. That's cool.
Just whatever. I think next year we're going to look pretty good if we can make the right moves.
For sure.
We should have McLaurin, Jaden, Noah, a couple defensive guys that are down, back hopefully. And I don't think you're going to see Zach Ertz back next year.
You think he retires?
I think he might. I think you're going to see Wagner back for some reason, even though I'd rather than put him up on a line than trying to cover a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only thing. He's not fast enough for that. Yeah, I think you see Von Miller's going to go because he hasn't really done much. I'm really hoping to get rid of Lattimore. Because he hasn't
liked Lattimore at all this year, huh?
He's been terrible. He had one bright spot with the interception, and that was it.
Yeah.
Everything else, he's either getting flagged for everything or getting hurt like he did. So I hope they just get rid of him. I mean, I don't know who we're going to pick this year. We have the 6th pick, I think 6th or 8th pick. So, I mean, hopefully we go defensive side and offensive line is what we need.
Yeah. It would be cool to see Jaden get like a true like either security blanket or like weapon or something like that he could have for like 10 years type of weapon. But I haven't even really looked into the class that much to see who like is declaring, who hasn't declared, like all that stuff yet.
I mean, I didn't see too many big time wide receivers, but I didn't look real deep into it. Me and Mike kind of looked more at the quarterback situation, but
yeah. Dude, I'm thinking about trying to get tickets for at least the first night of the draft.
Since that'd be awesome
this year.
Where's it at this year?
In Pittsburgh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm definitely thinking about trying to go for at least the first night. So I always like to watch it on TV. It'd be interesting to like actually be there. But then part of me thinks like, do I really just want to like stand there for like hours on end? Probably not. But like it'd be cool to experience.
Be curious to see what the tickets go for that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, man.
Are they going to be like WWE tickets, and cost you an arm and a leg to sit up in the bleachers?
I know that there's probably going to be a lot of standing room only. Like from what I understand, they come and build like tents and stuff like that, and they kind of turn like they're going to like turn like the north side or wherever they're doing it like into like this big thing. Like apparently there's going to be like over 100,000 people there. And I don't think we have a facility that even holds that many people currently.
Oh, wow.
That's what like people were starting to say. I've went and visited, like they have like a sign that says NFL draft in so many days and every day it changes.
Yeah.
So I went and saw that. It's down by where the Steelers play, down by Acrisure Stadium.
Well, I guess if you get there early, general admission is free. You must register for the free NFL One Pass app or online to enter. So I guess it's access to the main fan areas on a first come first serve basis.
Have you ever been to one of these?
Huh?
Have you ever been to one of these?
No.
Would you ever go to one?
I would. I mean, it'd be interesting to, like you said, go for one day. I wouldn't sit there for all the days, but
yeah, dude, I'm definitely not interested in seeing like 7th round picks coming up. Like, I can catch the next Brock Purdy once he's Brock Purdy. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to be Mr. Irrelevant. But yeah, the first day, like where it's all the really good picks, like that would be cool to be at.
Yeah. Main draft theater seating is limited and may require separate pre-registration or be reserved for invited guests. They do have the premium/VIP package, which they don't say how much is. You get premium seating, hospitality, and exclusive gifts to be available for purchase. how to keep an eye on the NFL on that NFL's website, to visit the Pittsburgh website and local news outlets. What they're saying. And there's another one.
You and Mike will want to go to it. I know a guy that'll let you crash.
I don't see. They're not giving any prices as of right now. The 3-day ones sell out quick, I guess, which I don't understand.
Sure.
I would not want to sit there. I mean,
No,
unless you're down there next to the tables where you see the guys who might get drafted, then maybe.
Dude, I'll still watch like all of the days of the draft, but like I do other stuff while I watch. You know what I mean? Like the first round, like I might like watch intently and like really want to know who all the players are. Maybe in a little bit for like a second and third and even the fourth if there's some good players, but like most of the time, like the second and third day, I'm like doing something else and like listening to the draft just to like kind of find out where people are going, what moves are happening, that type of stuff.
Because how many rounds do they have?
Like those late round guys, I really don't know who most of them are anyway, if I'm being honest with you.
And there's what, like how many rounds do they have for that?
7.
7 rounds. So yeah, you're there. You got to figure 32 teams plus all the trading that goes on with different picks. Yeah, you could be there for quite a long time.
I think currently they're doing round 1 on day 1, 2 and 3 on day 2, and then 4 through 7 on day 3.
Yeah, I would not want to be there for day 3.
No, me either.
I mean, we had some picks there, but I mean, who's going to be left at that point?
For sure.
Yeah. And I have a suggestion for next week, since I don't see anything here, but if something else comes up better, maybe do the Bears.
The Bears. Yeah, I'm down for that. The Bears would actually be a fun one because they have a lot of good players throughout their history.
Get the fridge.
I'm curious to see how much of the Bears is going to be the 1985 Bears.
Yeah, probably the whole team.
Yeah, that's literally what that's what I'm expecting almost.
Then who do you pick? I mean, yeah, you got Caleb.
I mean, honestly, if we wanted to have a sneak peek at who the Bears would pick, I could ask Chat GPT to generate us a preview of the Chicago Bears.
To see if they actually do take all the 85 Bears. They might go back because Lynn Swan was on that team back in the day. I think, right?
The Bears?
Was he on the Bears or no?
There's a Steeler.
Who's the other one that was on their team back in the day?
Oh, are you thinking of Gale Sayers?
That's
Walter Payton or
Peyton. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah, they're 100% taking Peyton. They don't take Peyton. I'm gonna just be like ChatGPT. You need to just quit the game now.
Yeah. We gotta do one with a team that OJ played on to see if they actually pick OJ.
Yeah, that'd be the Bills.
Be interesting.
All right, so preview for next week. Share the screen here.
Take a look.
I was not expecting that. Right off the rip. Share screen. So the team we're going against next week with the all-time Chicago Bears, they picked Sid Luckman as their quarterback. Obviously, Walter Payton as their running back. Gale Sayers is probably who we'll take. Would not be shocked. They picked Johnny Morris as their wide receiver. They took Mike Ditka as their tight end.
Jimbo Covert. What a name.
They got Jimbo Covert as their offensive lineman.
From the 85 Bears, yeah.
Olin Kreutz would be a good one, too, the old center they had. Robbie Gould is their kicker.
Yeah.
On defense, they're going with Richard Dent. They're going Dan Hampton at D-tackle. Lance Briggs, outside linebacker. Dick Butkus, inside linebacker. Charles Peanut Tillman at cornerback. And Mike Brown at safety.
Wow.
So that is all-time roster for the Chicago
Yeah.
Bears that we will be going up against
That was it.
next week, guys.
185 Bear. Wow.
I am going to save this for my spreadsheet.
I'm going to look up Sid Luckman and see how he was. Curious on that one. Because, I mean, do we take Caleb or do we take Harbaugh?
I mean, Caleb would be at least versatile.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just go with the great Rex Grossman.
Yeah, it was just so wonderful. Hey, they didn't pick the fridge, so we can get him.
We could go with Jim McMahon, who actually won the Super Bowl.
There you go. That's who I'm thinking of, not the other one.
And I'm pretty sure he had a mullet at one point, so that's that's a win in and of itself.
Right. I think half that 85 Bears team had one.
Yep.
And who can forget the Super Bowl shuffle?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I think we got some good players we can pick from that.
Yep. Well, guys, make sure you subscribe so that you won't miss next week's episode. This week, we're going to start to wrap up, but make sure you go subscribe over to Firestarter Breaks. You subscribe to Huddle Card Collection so that you can see Collecting Profit tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe over to Pittsburgh. I put out videos and vlogs every week as well with my wife. Most recently, we just went to the Pittsburgh Renaissance Fair and saw a lot of cool, sharp objects that were.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that video.
Yeah. And like, spoiler alert, my wife is very inappropriate with the weaponry.
Well, I'm not going to say anything more than yes, I agree.
Yeah. But again, guys, we appreciate you watching this. Until next week, God bless you. Hope you take it easy.
Yep. Stay safe.